Hi, my name is Gene Ross. Today, I'm going to inform the audience on why I believe shoes should be closed and abandoned in today's society. The general purpose of me today is to persuade you why I believe the negative effect of zoos have on animals today and why they should be terminated permanently. Today I'm going to inform you what a zoo is. A zoo is an institution where animals live and reside upon the care of humans, such as zookeepers. The purpose of a zoo is supposed to be educational. Back in the past, zoos were considered only to be acceptable for the wealthy and the royals, such as the kings and queens who ruled way back when. As of now, zoos has become a a global treasure upon every continent. Zoos have now been formerly educational as they have changed over time and they have become a sanctuary for many animals that have been endangered and also educational for people who want to explore more. Zoos have also become a local place in the community for leisure and pleasure upon oozing and gazing upon many different animals that you wouldn't see in your continent. The truth about zoos is not what they seem. Zoos are very, very different than they appear. Because of that, the public's view of zoos is different than what the views actually should be. Zoos are very small in contrast of the area of where the many animals will roam in the wild. Zoos also provide a mental setback for many animals. Because of this, many animals behave irregular. Another negative feedback about zoos is the morale of many animals. The morale of many animals sometimes they are depressed, isolated, and feel sometimes slumber because they are not acceptable what they're used to in the wild and what they can be. Zoos were created way back when in ancient England. The impact of zoos in today's society now is strictly educational, as they provide a new set of database for those to learn and provide a home for many different species of animals. The purpose of a zoo now is very educational. The public can view the zoo animals and learn about different species and what they do and why they are. The truth about zoos is zoos are not very much sustainable in today's society in the contrast of the wild animals background. The enclosure of a zoo is very small compared to the wild. Sometimes enclosures provide many animals with depression. Because of this, many animals provide irregular. Another important thing about the enclosure is the safety, not only for the people but for the animals. Many animals have been known to hop outside of their enclosure and run a rampage. Such an article I read back before. A chimpanzee was taunted and broke out of its enclosure, not only endangered itself but the humans. It had a baby in its mouth and carried it around until police showed up and shot it. Unfortunately, the animal lost its life. All this could have been prevented if a zoo had proper safety procedures, and all this could have been prevented if the animal was loose in the wild. Stress and presence of visitors also relies a big part of morale and mentality of many zoo animals. Many zoo animals are not used to being able to being observed throughout their daily lives, and this causes stress on them because they know they're being observed. Many animals still have their wild instincts, and they know they're not supposed to be observed during many aspects of their lives. The lack of exercise also is a negative feedback on zoos. Because of this, there is a lot of deaf animals because they lose their ability to have that natural animal instinct to hunt and fend for themselves. Instead, they rely on the zookeepers. Another negative feedback of zoos is deaths, not only in animals but in humans. Constantly, zoos have been targeted with negative feedback because of the interaction of many animals and humans, which has resulted in deaths. And because of this, it has been shown many times, such as the orca has killed its previous trainers twice and caused casualties. Constant times the same orca. This is shown as a behavioral pattern at this point because it has been shown plenty of times by the same animal. Another instance of this would be penguins. There was a test in an article I have read that because penguins were left alone, they had a better attitude and sustainable than when seen, and they felt more enclosed about themselves. In conclusion, zoos need to be a thing of the past to help the play of biodiversity in the wild. In the wild, biodiversity is essential because it includes better chances to fight off diseases in the future generations. Zoos have been around historically for a while, but they need to be a thing of the past because they do not sustain what the animals need right now. The truth about zoos is zoos are very unacceptable, and unacceptable means they lack the enclosure properties, the safety measures, and morale for animals. The negative feedback on zoos have been around for many years, but zoos is not the best way to practice of taming and learning about animals.